Have you ever considered that in the shadow of towering skyscrapers and glittering lives, millions of people in corners of this very planet live in unimaginable conditions, where roofs are made of tin and plastic, drinking water is scarce, and electricity is an unattainable dream, where streets are filled with untold stories and eyes that may be drowned in despair, but deep within, a flame of hope for a better tomorrow burns. Today, we are about to embark on a shocking journey to 10 points in this world. 10 neighborhoods whose names you may have never heard, but each is home to millions of people and harbors the greatest human tragedies. Are you ready to unveil truths that will break every human heart? Are you ready to see how poverty and deprivation on their largest scale affect lives? From the winding alleys of Manshiyat Naser in Cairo to the backstreets of Kibera in Nairobi, we are about to step into a world where every day the battle for survival is the realest battle of life. This video is not just a documentary, but an invitation to reflect, an invitation to see, hear, and perhaps act. Join us as we reveal the greatest secrets of global poverty. These 10 points are not just neighborhoods. They are symbols of struggle, resilience, and of course, an urgent need for global attention. Part 10, Manshiyat Naser, Cairo, Egypt. At the beginning of our journey into the deprived hearts of the world, we arrive in Cairo, the bustling capital of Egypt. Here, amidst a multitude of tall buildings and crowded markets, Manshiyat Naser, or the Garbage City, stands tall. This neighborhood, famous for its residents who are mainly engaged in collecting and sorting waste, is a symbol of the relentless struggle for survival in the heart of poverty. The streets of this neighborhood are filled with hills of garbage that shape the lives of thousands every day. But behind this harsh exterior, a coherent and self-sufficient community has formed that, despite all limitations, continues to live. This neighborhood has many lessons for us. Lessons about resilience, hope, and the human ability to find a way to live, even in the toughest conditions. Part 9, Ciudad Bolívar, Bogotá, Colombia. Our journey continues to South America, where Ciudad Bolívar rests in the heights of Bogotá, the capital of Colombia. This neighborhood, located on the mountainous slopes of Bogotá, is not only large, but also grapples with many social and economic challenges. Ciudad Bolívar is where thousands of internal war refugees from Colombia and migrant villagers have sought refuge in search of a better life. Houses built illegally and without any urban planning, uneven streets, and limited access to basic services are just some of the problems its residents face. But amidst all this, the spirit of life flows. Children play in the alleys, music can be heard from windows, and a community of people with empathy and solidarity tries to make life easier for each other. Part 8, Makoko, Lagos, Nigeria. From South America, we arrive in Africa, where Makoko stands out on the shores of Lagos, Nigeria's populous capital. But Makoko is not an ordinary neighborhood. This neighborhood is built on water. Wooden houses built on tall stilts, streets that are actually water channels, and boats that are the only means of transport display a strange yet astonishing image of this aquatic neighborhood. The residents of Makoko, mainly fishermen and their families, despite living in such conditions, are highly intelligent and resourceful. managing their lives with minimal facilities. However, the lack of proper infrastructure, poor sanitation, and limited access to safe drinking water and electricity pose significant challenges for the inhabitants of this aquatic neighborhood. Makoko stands as a testament to humanity's ability to adapt and survive, even in the most unusual environments. This neighborhood is a story of will, innovation, and humanity's capacity to conquer the elements of nature. A story that shows life can flourish even in seemingly impossible conditions. Section 7. Petare, Caracas, Venezuela. We return to Latin America, this time to Caracas, the capital of Venezuela, and the vast and densely populated neighborhood of Petare. Petare is not only one of the largest slums in the world, but also has an unfortunate reputation due to the many security and social challenges it faces. This neighborhood, with its narrow alleyways, houses built haphazardly on hillsides, and a massive population, paints a picture of the complexities of urban poverty. Access to public services like water and electricity is irregular, and a high crime rate makes daily life difficult for residents. Nevertheless, Petare is a place where the spirit of community is stronger than any challenge. People strive to improve life for themselves and their families through solidarity and mutual support. Cultural and social activities, despite numerous challenges, continue in this neighborhood, showing that even in the heart of darkness, the light of hope never fades. Petare is a story of an incessant struggle for basic human rights and an endeavor to build a better future in the shadow of limitations. Section 6. Khayelitsha, Cape Town, South Africa. We travel to South Africa, where on the outskirts of the beautiful city of Cape Town, Khayelitsha, meaning new home, is located. But this new home is actually one of the largest and most challenging informal settlements in the country. Khayelitsha, formed after the apartheid era to house the black population, now hosts over 1 million people. Shacks, limited access to water and electricity, widespread unemployment, and high crime rates are just some of the problems faced by the residents of this neighborhood. However, Khayelitsha is a symbol of resilience and resistance. This neighborhood has an active and vibrant community that strives to improve its living conditions through grassroots efforts. Non-governmental organizations and social activists are working to promote education, health, and create job opportunities in this area. Khayelitsha is a story of social justice and the pursuit of equality. A story that shows, even in the face of historical injustices, the hope for a brighter future never dies. Section 5. Neza Chalco Itza, Mexico City, Mexico. Once again, we return to Latin America, this time to Mexico City, the bustling capital of Mexico. On the outskirts of this large city, Neza Chalco Itza, often abbreviated as Neza, has spread out. This neighborhood, which initially formed as an illegal settlement, has now become one of the largest and most densely populated suburban areas of Mexico City. Neza, with its busy streets, bustling markets, and massive population, presents a picture of the dynamism and challenges of urban poverty. Although this neighborhood has seen improvements in infrastructure and services in recent years, it still grapples with issues such as a shortage of adequate housing, unemployment, and crime. However, Neza is a place where culture and art thrive. Local artists, music groups, and social activists strive to create hope and change in their community through art and culture. Neza is a story of the evolution of an informal settlement into a dynamic and vibrant city. A story that shows with effort and solidarity, positive changes can be made in people's lives. Section 4. Rocinha, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Our journey brings us to Brazil and the beautiful city of Rio de Janeiro, where Rocinha, Brazil's largest favela, slum, nestles on the slopes of Rio's lush green hills. Rocinha is not only vast, but also creates a unique landscape with its colorful houses and winding alleys. This neighborhood, despite security challenges and limited access to basic services, boasts a vibrant and dynamic community. Rocinha itself is like a small city within Rio, with local markets, schools, and even a local radio and television station. The residents of Rocinha, despite all problems, are full of life and hope. Football, samba music, and local festivals are an integral part of life in this neighborhood. Rocinha is a symbol of human resilience and determination to find joy and hope, even amidst poverty and limitations. This neighborhood is a story of community power, culture, and humanity's ability to build a life in any circumstances. A story that shows that even in the shadow of poverty, the colors of life never fade. Section 3. Orangi Town, Karachi, Pakistan. We travel to Asia and the populous city of Karachi in Pakistan, where Orangi Town, one of the largest and most densely populated informal settlements in the world, is located. Orangi Town, with its busy streets, illegally and unplanned constructed houses, and a massive population, presents a picture of the immense challenges of urban poverty in developing countries. This neighborhood grapples with problems such as a lack of proper infrastructure, inadequate sewage systems, limited access to safe drinking water and electricity, and a high unemployment rate. However, Orangi Town is renowned for the Orangi Pilot Project, OPP, a grassroots initiative for improving basic infrastructure and services. This project has educated local people to collaboratively build sewage and water supply systems in their neighborhood. Orangi Town is a story of self-help and the community's ability to create positive changes in their lives. A story that shows that even with minimal resources, significant strides can be made to improve living conditions. Section 2. Dharavi, Mumbai, India. In the heart of Mumbai, India's economic capital, lies Dharavi, not only one of the largest informal settlements in the world, but also one of the most densely populated and active. Dharavi, despite its tin shacks and narrow alleyways, has transformed into a major commercial and industrial hub. Thousands of small businesses, from plastic and leather recycling to pottery and garment manufacturing, operate in this neighborhood, generating millions of dollars in income. This neighborhood, despite the lack of proper infrastructure and inadequate sanitary conditions, is a symbol of the entrepreneurial spirit and relentless effort for survival and progress. The residents of Dharavi, despite all challenges, possess a high entrepreneurial spirit and have successfully launched businesses with minimal resources. Dharavi is a story of resilience, creativity, and humanity's ability to find opportunities even amidst limitations. A story that shows that even in the toughest conditions, the spirit of entrepreneurship and hope for the future can transform lives. Section 1. Kibera, Nairobi, Kenya. And finally, we reach the largest informal settlement in the world, Kibera in Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. Kibera is not just a neighborhood, but a city within a city, with a population of over 1 million people living in tin shacks with limited access to water, electricity, and sanitation. Kibera's streets are filled with dust, waste, and the smell of sewage. Diseases spread easily due to poor sanitary conditions, and the unemployment rate is very high. But amidst all these challenges, the spirit of the people of Kibera is admirable. Despite all limitations, they strive to improve life for themselves and their families. Informal schools, small clinics, and non-governmental organizations are working to provide basic services to the residents of this neighborhood. Kibera is a story of an incessant struggle for survival, extraordinary resilience, and hope for a better tomorrow. This neighborhood is a symbol of the urgent need for global attention to the challenges of poverty and sustainable development. Kibera is not only the largest informal settlement in the world, but also the greatest symbol of humanity's ability to endure the toughest conditions and strive to build a brighter future. At the end of this fact-filled journey, we hope that this video has not only given you new insights, but also ignited a spark of empathy and reflection in your heart. These neighborhoods are not just numbers and figures. They are the homes of millions of people who struggle daily with poverty and deprivation. But in the midst of this darkness, a flame of hope, effort, and resilience shines. We hope this video will initiate conversations that lead to sustainable and effective solutions for these global challenges. Remember, each of us can play a small part in this journey.